Welcome back to the DCUO SourceCast. I am, of course, Trex, and alongside me is Checkers himself, Super Patriot.
It's rallies up here, man, and it's awesome.
Well, you know what?
Anybody who's ever been to a Rallies or a Checkers will testify. Rallies and Checkers burgers, fries, and their sweet tea rocks.
Well, we have a new Checkers in the South here. It's called Cookout, and I had Cookout earlier tonight, and I tell you what, I am a fatty. It's cheap food, and it's delicious, and it's the end of the world. It's so good. So good. Their milkshakes are the bomb. All right, so we're good. This is a podcast for a video game, not for food. We're not going to have Paula Dean as a guest. Okay.
Right. But you know what? But I mean, you got to admit though. I mean, us, role players. I mean, as playing games, we got to eat too.
We try one.
We got to eat too.
I feel like we should try and promote healthy eating.
Yeah, you'd think we should, but I mean, who wants to eat that crap?
That's true. So true. So, later on the show, be sure you guys stay tuned because I see their remarks.
I just saw Michael Grid. I
don't want to bring the boys through the yard, Grid. I do not want to bring the boys through the yard.
Milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. And damn right, they're better than yours.
Not sure if that's okay. So, grr. So, later in the show, thanks to Cypher, good supporter of myself and the stream as well. He gave me a red plasmic aura today. So that was pretty cool. I have a red plasmic aura now on my character. If I might log in on the video game a little later, so you guys can actually see my new DPS loadout. Not really loadout, but my new outfit, because I went with Rage DPS to try it out, so I could at least entertain the thought. But I got a red plasma aura, and then he also hooked me up with donated some money so I could actually go and buy 2 booster bundles. So I bought 2 booster bundles, and what do I get? I get a red plasmic aura and a red aura. I'm like, what? Why? Are you killing me? You are killing me right now, game. You're killing me. So, because I got these 2 auras and I don't have any use for them on any of my characters, I'm going to give them out. During the show, later on, we're going to give them out to... we're going to raffle them away. So, be sure to stay tuned later on the show. And we're going to give away a red plasmic aura and a red aura. If you already have a red aura, then you don't have to play. But, of course, the red plasmic aura, everybody's going to love it. So... I get a feeling we're doing another drinking game, and it's going to be anytime we say aura.
Is it aura or is it Trek Shake?
I'm not really sure. Yep. Okay, so
okay, it's aura. It's aura.
Okay, so
we are having another drinking game where we're saying aura. This kind of reminds me of that episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
When Ted found out his students were having a drinking game with Robin on her talk show. Every time she said "but
Yep, this is pretty much it. So if you're not here,
a 3 or a 4.
if you're not here on the stream and you're at home listening or even in the car on your way to work or something, you got a cup of coffee, or if you want to fake your boss saying it's coffee, please play along with the drinking game anytime we say aura. Awesome. I think they need to actually post this stuff like ahead before the show so we can promote it properly.
See, the thing is, they need to protect their brain cells and their lives by not letting us know what the word is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we could really
Oh yeah, we can mess them up.
We could just totally mess them up, and it just gives us an aura of power to where our auras would just expand out, and coalesce with other auras to Michael Grid says, "I'm an aura away."
Yeah, thank you, Fear. I'm going to give these away to the U.S. PC players. Sorry, to U.S. PC players. If I could give them away on the PlayStation, I would. My plan was to do one on PlayStation and one on PC, but I was at work in a rush, stressed, so I was like, whatever. I did them both on PC, so my apologies. But they will be both on US PC.
All right. Well, since we're already talking about the auras themselves, we're going to get into a discussion about the whole booster bundle boxes later on here. But since we're already talking about the auras, Michael Grid's asking, how has Nimbus Yoshi reacted this week?
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
You're talking to him more than I do, so go for it.
Well, I mean, I haven't even really talked to him about it. I mean, I've, the word got out there, Trex was like, don't tell him. I was like, dude, he's going to find out. And of course he found out. And Nimbus just, in pure Nimbus Yosh, the people's champ of DCUO style, took all and complete credit for the name of this aura.
But of course.
All right.
Just like if there was a T-Rex statue in a base, like, oh, look, you got Trex in your base. I would play the card, too. To be honest, I would play the card, but go ahead.
So, complete and total credit was taken by Nimbus Yosh for this Nimbus aura, saying that finally, in his words, mind you, finally the devs of DCUO have decided to recognize him for his prowess in the game.
Yeah, as a cloud.
By giving the people, he says, a chance to aspire to be more like him by gifting us with an aura inspired by Nimbus Yosh. That's his political line, all right? That's his party line, all right? Now, as you can imagine, this has brought out some very upset people.
You mean haters?
I stumbled across a Twitter argument.
Oh no, I got caught up in that too.
Oh yeah.
My name came up. He posted my name. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. What's going on?
It took me, I kid you not, it took me 10 minutes to read all the tweets in this argument.
Wow.
The other night. Because I saw him I saw he was arguing with somebody sporadically throughout the day.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I was like, man, what's going on with that? I was like, I'll check it out later. So after everything had calmed down, I went back to his feed and I checked out this guy's Twitter feed, and it's just the dude had like 165 tweets, and I shit you not, I think 160 of them were at Nimbus.
Dear Lord in heaven, there's sometimes you just need to stop talking.
Yeah. I mean, it devolved into a discussion of, actually, going to fisticuffs over the whole issue. I was like, good Lord, you guys realize, it's like, people, all right, folks, you guys need to understand, all right? If you are going to bust on somebody by saying that he stole the People's Champ line from a professional wrestler, all right, then you need to understand the fact that he is acting out that part. All right?
Yeah, that's how I had to break it down to. But I mean, it was still funny. As soon as I think it was either Cypher or Grid, I think it was Grid point out to me the booster bundle thing on Tuesday, the day before it came out, because it was posted on the website by mistake. And he posted me, he's like, is this real? I'm like, well, what's real? Clicked on it, I saw Nimbus Aura. I'm like, oh my god, no! Ban this from the internet! No! He must not find out! He mustn't know!
How it happened with me was I'm just sitting here and I got a message from our friend Brittany.
Yay.
who was like saying, she says to me, "So how is Nimbus reacting to this aura?" And I'm like, "What aura?" And she's like, "This aura." And she sent me a picture of the the advertisement for the bundle.
Yep.
And it said, auras and the new Nimbus aura. And I'm like, oh dear God.
Right, we all had the same reaction. We all had the same reaction. The world was coming to an end.
I was like, oh dear God. This is going straight to his head. Straight to his head.
Now, did you see my tweet about this whole thing? That Nimbus gets an aura, and you get a belt.
Yeah, which is only available on PC through a recruitment program that not even you have been able to earn yet.
I have not.
So I'd have to shell out $250 to get this belt, along with all the other patriotically, themed items in there. No, I'm sorry, that doesn't count.
I'm still counting it. And then, of course, we have Orbit, who is technically
the Watchtower.
Yeah, I mean, he's around the Watchtower
over the Earth.
Starry Sky, just like that. Starry, you get credit for the stars in the sky. You do, buddy.
There it is. It is.
So the thing that I have to ask myself is, where's the Trex love?
Well, I gotta admit, somebody was talking about me giving away a Nimbus aura. I did get a Nimbus aura in my second box. My first box, I got a purple aura, and I was like, all right. And then my second box, I got a Nimbus one, and I was like, oh, cool. But I held on to it for a minute. I didn't collect it. I held on to it for about a day because I was contemplating on making a protest video of me showing that I had this uncollected style on my main with this aura. And I was going to make a protest video about it. And the video was going to be me deleting it.
That is wrong.
I was like, screw it. I didn't get a plasma aura the last time around, and I was like, I got this Nimbus aura. I'm going to take it. So I collected it. And then earlier today, I bought another box just to see if, because honestly, out of all the other auras, I like the Nimbus aura. It's cool. But out of all three of the auras that, the new auras they presented in this box, this bundle, the blue plasma aura is my favorite.
It does look nice.
The blue plasma aura is my favorite. What is this, Aiden Warren, that you are? That is not me. Nor is my tune inspired by that tune.
Now I have to say I have I got the red plasmatic aura, and I switched it from the basic red, and I saw the picture of it. I saw the GIF on the forums. I was like, it actually looks really neat. Then I put it on my character, and I'm like, okay, I am now officially feeling it more than I did before. So I actually might just change it with all the other auras. It's a really, really good aura. So, all right. We're now away from that. We're all away from that. Let's go into... where are you? FNL recap.
Starry Sky is correct. Everyone at DCUO gets to wear a Nimbus aura and feel like the people's champ.
That they do. You feel like it for as long as you wear it. And then, of course, people will probably mistake you and just start hating on you. So, FNL tonight. We are on the USPC. We have the Living Legends 5 tournament. Hosted, of course, by Daddy-O, who did a fantastic job organizing this thing once again. And it was the Lantern-themed.
Yes.
And they did this nice little PowerPoint presentation, thanks Grid, at the beginning of the episode of the show, just really detailing each of the actual 8 lanterns. They broke it down to their name of the attacks and what slot they were in. They gave not really stats, but they gave damage, high, defense, low, that kind of thing, and what weapon attack they were using. So it was for presentation purposes, it was really well done. Really well done. I really did like it.
I missed that.
Well, of course you did. That's why I'm telling you now. But
I had a good reason to miss it. And
I know you did.
You know what? I want to talk about this just a little bit. I'm not, didn't mean to bust in the FNL or anything like that. It's like earlier this evening, guys. I was I completely missed FNL. I got to hear that Clutch and Slob won. GG those guys.
Well, this whole segment's just over. Go ahead and talk. My lord, just.
But no, my daughter. Okay, first of all, for you guys, everybody doesn't really know my personal life or anything. My dad's been involved with the local shrine here for many years now, and recently, earlier this year, he was elected their potentate, or we call him the potentator. But he was elected the potentate, which is like the head of the shrine in this area here. And for all you guys who don't know what the shrine is, I mean, those guys with the funny, fez hats, riding around on their little go-karts and parades and everything. Well, they do more than that. They do more than that. They also raise money for Shriner hospitals. Justin Timberlake was a Shriner. I don't know if you guys saw his commercials he was doing for a golf outing a while back, a few years ago, that he was raising money for Shrine hospitals. And the Shrine Children's Hospitals are there. They are basically, those hospitals are to provide surgeries and health care for kids that whose families can't afford them. And they do all sorts of things. So it's like, kids have a cleft palate. Kids, they have a children's burn hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio, that a lot of money goes to. Well, once every year, the Shrine here, they put on a circus. And, and so, they always have a circus there and everything. And my kids have, especially my daughter, she's always gone to the circus and helped out there at the circus. I love her to death. She's a little sweetheart. She's 13 years old, but she's still my little sweetheart. Well, a few years back when she had started going to the circus regularly with, kind of like the Grand Poobah, Michael Grid. So a few years ago, though, when my dad was looking at getting more involved with the shrine and possibly, being the Grand Poobah or the potentate, as they actually call him, my daughter, who was all of probably 7 at the time, promised her grandpa that, when he became potentate, she would sing the national anthem at the opening ceremony for the circus. So that's where I was at tonight. I was able to go out there and see her. I went out there to watch my little girl sing the national anthem, and she killed it. She killed it. I'm very proud of her. So, but if you guys ever see anybody Shriners and all that, or you see Shriners taking donations or anything like that, throw some money in there. Throw some money their way. They do good work.
Do you mean like literally? Because I got like a quarter that I've been trying to flip. Been practicing my quarter.
Dude.
Why? Why? What's funny is I have a con I gotta go to in 2 weeks. It's at Shriners. Well, the Shriners use it, but I don't know. It's fun. But that's good. Congratulations to your little girl.
I have unedited. I've actually got the video up on YouTube now. I'm contemplating on throwing the link in there. She killed it, though.
No, we're proud of her.
Just proud of her.
Okay.
I cried a little. I ain't gonna deny it.
You're a father. You have to cry.
So FNL. Okay. Back to FNL.
Yes.
FNL. So the spreadsheet. What exactly did all detail and everything again?
The what?
The spreadsheet they showed.
Man, I'm not going back to that. What? It just detailed everything. So. Oh, okay. So what? For FNL, of course, it was the Lantern theme tournament, and yes, Clutch and Slob came back, grabbed their crown, and they're going to try not to let it go this time or again. They fought, and it's back to them now. So, congratulations, Clutch and Slob. Apparently, they want me on the EUPC, and for the love of God, I hardly play PlayStation as it is. I doubt I can really survive in a country where you guys are asleep and I am awake. I doubt it's going to work out very well. At all. So, but once again, of course, congratulations to Clutch and Slob, and with the mention of them, SOE Live. Cross my fingers that we get to see some Clutch and Slob back in action at SOE Live. That will be greatness to see those two partner up at SOE Live and try and take that crown. Because they've both been separate champions themselves. Well, actually, Clutch is the EU champion over on the EU side. But for legal purposes, Clutch probably won't be able to participate in the tournament at SOE Live. That makes me sad a little bit.
Why is that?
Legal purposes, country stuff. That's why they couldn't really participate in the tournament last year.
That's lame.
Agreed.
That's lame.
Leave me alone, Dean Con. It's been a long night. So now FNL next week is going to be the PlayStation 3 Olympus game, or the Olympus Legends, whatever you call it. What are you calling it?
What, the Olympus Games?
Do you call it Olympus Games for the?
Yeah, I call it the Olympus Games. I mean, we had the name first, damn it.
I know. I just wanted to make sure. I thought there was a different name. I didn't know.
I was like thumbing my nose a little bit. We had the name first.
So
the Olympus Games 3 kicked off Tuesday and all that. Had a very, very long night.
I'm talking about the tournament next week for the FNL Tour.
Week. Oh, FNL Olympus Legends Tour.
Thank you. That's the name I wanted.
Okay.
That's what I wanted. Because
Olympus Legends Tour is going to be next week on FNL, March 28th. We are also doing the Lantern theme, where you have to use a Lantern-themed Legends character to participate. And should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing which Lanterns prevail in there. To see if Will holds out or if Fear and Rage reign supreme.
Heck
but
yeah.
we can't. But in the process, we cannot give up hope.
Ha! I see what you did there. Now you guys
worked them all in.
Now last week you weren't able to do the FNL because it was the chat issues or the voice chat.
Yeah, voice chat was down Friday night. And of course, it came right back up at like 7 o'clock, which is normally when FNL starts. But because we start the tournament at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, because they don't want to, because I mean the tournament usually is like 32 teams, right? So I mean that takes a while. Even for a single elimination, that takes a while. So we usually go up to about the quarterfinals, and then we show one of the quarterfinals matches, a semifinal, the semifinals matches, and then the finals match. So, just so FNL doesn't run even further into our time slot for SourceCast.
Yes, that's correct. That's the biggie for me.
That's the reason I'm giving. The actual reason is Jens doesn't want to stay in the office that late on a Friday. But yeah, so if you guys are signed up and everything, it's still going on for this month. Lantern themed next week, March 28th. Start time 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you're there with your partner, and you guys are ready to go at 6:30.
Yep.
Because if you're not, you're going to miss out on a chance to win 3,000 loyalty points.
And then, of course, your Olympus Games it was this week, right?
Yes. Olympus Games 3 kicked off Tuesday evening.
Now, is it already done?
Yes, it's all done.
Dang!
It's all done. Well, let me tell you, that Tuesday was a long freaking night.
I saw Brittany's tweet.
It was 32 teams, double elimination tournament. All right, we did up to the semifinals and the finals.
Stop! Why?
Hey, man, 32 teams want to sign up and play. Man, I ain't going to stop them.
Double elimination, damn.
Well, we wanted a double elimination to give folks, more of a chance because we were doing just one and dones. I mean, it was like you win one and you're out.
Okay.
Right? Okay. But with double elimination and all that, they got a second chance of coming back. And as it turned out, all right, as it turned out, one of the teams that ended up in the losers bracket, unseeded, disqualified as the reigning champions of the Olympus Games, to take the title from them.
Who did that?
That would have been One Piece with our friend Brittany healing on her villain.
Oh, look at you! Now, see, that's the thing, because when you guys see Yinz's pre-show, I was on the pre-show with Aiden Warren. We partnered up, we queued in and got into the pit with Spittle, so we did I did some Legends PvP, and of course with my Trexlight, we won. I got a 4 kill 1 death situation going. I was really proud about. So yeah. I mean, Brittany pulled it out for her team. I'll pull it out for mine. It's like that's awesome. So congratulations, One Piece. Dude.
Yeah, One Piece. But yeah, I mean, it was some great matches too. Obviously, Tuesday night I wasn't able to see any of these matches take place and everything. But Wednesday, during the airing of the finals, the semifinals, and the finals match, I was fortunate enough. Meps was nice enough, even still feeling, he was still feeling under the weather even Wednesday. Was nice enough to hop onto the game, and he was ghosted me in so I could live stream the finals and the semifinals matches, and it was exciting to say the least. The One Piece team faced off against Soldiers of Light to start in the semifinals there, and it was a very good match. Didn't necessarily come down to the wire or anything, but Soldiers of Light, I mean, they did not give up. They did not give up. Even in the last 3 minutes, they actually started staging what looked like would have been a comeback if they had more time. But unfortunately, they had given up way too many kills in the match to One Piece team. And then the finals matches, oh my God. The first finals match was, which I have up on my channel right now. I will link you guys here in the chat both of those matches, but the finals match, good Lord Almighty. And unfortunately, I mean, I was recording these matches and having a blast recording them, and I was recording my commentary, my live commentary on them, and I was like extremely exuberant during these matches, you can imagine. But the One Piece disqualified match, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys if you haven't seen it yet. But, oh my gosh, it was just... I mean, it came down to the last couple of minutes. Literally. The last couple of minutes. So you definitely want to check out these matches if you guys have any interest in PvP at all. You definitely want to check out these matches. And then, of course, the win... well, I don't want to ruin it. You guys watch that match and all that.
There you go.
I mean, well, One Piece won. I already said One Piece won.
Yes.
But
well,
the second one should be going up tomorrow.
All right. Well, be sure to tune in to FNL next week. We're going to be they're going to be on the US PlayStation for the Olympus Living Legends Roman numeral number for the Lantern theme tournament. If you got did they reopen the signups or?
Well, I mean, they usually leave the signups open.
Right.
See, here's the thing, folks. All right, and I'm gonna talk to Meps about this, about having an early check-in or an earlier check-in for these tournaments, because we've been getting some no-shows, and then we've got people on the waiting list that could have participated, but we didn't know these no-shows were going to happen, and so I want to try and start a 15-minute prior to start check-in.
It's not a bad idea
for everybody. I mean, I actually did that with the Olympus Games. I did a 15-minute prior check-in to see if everybody was on, and actually there was one of the teams was not on, so I was able to slide in one of several of the teams didn't show up, but I mean, I was able to slide in one of the waiting list teams, and so they could participate. So I'm going to talk to Meps about that, see about talk to Mets and Daddy, see what we can do about instituting a check-in process for these things. So that way, people aren't being left out because of no-shows.
That's right. That's right. So, all right. So that's done with F&L. Let's move on to our good stuff. Now, of course, last week we had Odyssey, we had Tesseract, Flame Fury, Cinelex, and Sir Mutton Chops. And once again, to you four, I thank you all so much for coming onto the show. And you're more than welcome to come back on anytime you want, as long as your Patriot's not here, I guess.
That's.
I know, but did you enjoy your song? Did you enjoy your song?
I did enjoy my happy birthday song. Yes.
There you go. See,
doesn't make up for the utter betrayal.
I know. It's okay though. So,
the squeaking noise, Brittany, that you're hearing in the background would be on Trex's side.
That would be on my side. That might be my chair too.
That's the swing he has hanging from the ceiling.
Oh my God! It is not that kind of show.
I won't say what kind of swing it is, but
whoa!
Use your imaginations, everybody.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, you guys are horrible. So we didn't really get. There was one thing I wanted to talk about last week, but we didn't get to because we were just having such a great time. Calm down, Brittany. There was the 11-minute stream last week when they showed the Supergirl for Legends. An 11-minute stream. So by the time I got the email, I went to the link, they were already done. Like, WTF. And I even saw, and I watched the video too. It's like, oh well, I mean, if you guys want to know, you better follow. I'm like, I'm a follower. I follow you. What's going on? It's just crazy.
A little bit more of a heads up on Facebook and Twitter would be nice.
A little bit. A little bit, or at least longer than 11 minutes. But still, thank you for the 11 minutes for Supergirl. She apparently does have a potty mouth. There is that. But
yeah, she said that one phrase and
like,
oh, what'd she say?
The double takes like she said what? And then earlier this week, I think it might have been a glitch or a bug or something. Night Toad, I'm not really sure what, but someone posted a picture of Legends Toon Wonder Girl.
Yeah, I was actually Orbit put that up on his channel. They're showing the silhouette there, or the selection option for Wonder Girl for Legends. So it looks like we're getting Supergirl and Wonder Girl. Most likely with DLC 10, which makes sense. Makes sense that we'd be getting those two.
Now, there is a thread on the forums about this as well, and they actually asked, it's like, well, what about like for the villains? Because normally they would have a hero tune and a villain tune, and unless Wonder Girl is going to go evil, I don't know. But at the same time, it is nice to see those two in there. I think both of them are actually going to be in the DLC, and two other characters are going to be Marketplace. That's how I want to think.
Good possibility on that.
Because there's
although we didn't see that with War of the Light.
Oh my God, that is right. There is no Marketplace tunes for War of the Light.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So it's a possibility we might see some from the Marketplace.
Yeah, because
however,
no one's going to buy.
For everybody out there, kind of complaining though about all these girls. About like I know there's some complaints about Supergirl because a lot of her powers are similar to Superman's, and Wonder Girl's probably going to be a lot like Wonder Woman. Yeah. I wouldn't say so much Donna Troy, but she'll probably be more like Wonder Woman. Here's the thing. It has kind of different flavor to it. I mean, each tune is different, whether you see it or not. Each tune is different. Oh, yeah. They each have their own uniqueness to them. But also, I mean, I don't know. So this month we had a Lantern theme for FNL. I believe next month we're having a Bat Family theme for FNL Legends tours. Who knows? By the time we come up on the month following next, DLC 10 could be out, and maybe we'll have a girl power theme.
Damn it.
Yep, there he is. Trex already hashtagging it.
No, Brittany did.
Oh.
I just put like that internet spin on it. That's all I did. So, let's see. Yeah, so I don't know. So we have, so we have the Wonder Girl and Supergirl coming out. I can tell you now, people were like, "Well, what Wonder Girl might be in the marketplace?" There's no way in heck I am paying for Wonder Girl from the marketplace.
Well, you see, they've got a. I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, I mean, with some, yeah, there's been some deviation, with the exception of a couple, but the iconics are always, like the major iconics, they're always marketplace.
Yes.
We've seen Lex, Cersei, Superman, Wonder Woman, all on the marketplace. Now, yeah, the game launched with Joker and technically Batman if you pre-ordered it. But you can still get future Batman, and he's on the marketplace. So, as far as them introducing, I mean, they're out of iconics now, so they're out of the mentors now. So I don't know what they're going to do as far as marketplace things are concerned anymore.
You'll never know. All right, so there's that. I just wanted to touch upon that because that was really cool to possibly see coming in. And then of course, the booster bundle pack has returned. New auras have come in with it, and more hate, more hate for this.
I don't get the hate, folks. Here's the thing. All right, if you're buying them just for the auras, you're wasting your money. You're wasting your money. I was like, I just told you guys, I bought 3. First one I got a purple. Second one I got a Nimbus. Third one I got a purple. Don't buy them just for the auras. I mean, they are worth every bit, every penny of what they are charging for them. Because I mean, they even state, I mean, it's a $30 value that you're getting for $20. And people may, come out with a thing. I don't need the radar enhancers because I've got all my collections done. Well, here's the thing. Wastelands dropped. And I need, they had all these collections and the briefings and investigations and Wastelands to go find. I used my radar enhancers I got from the last booster bundle to help me find all those.
Yep.
War of the Light came out, and we had all those briefings and investigations and collections to do. Use my radar enhancers. I still use R&D enhancers.
He does, not me.
To go out and farm. I do. When I need a lot of bits and I need them now, I'll use them. But yeah, I'll use those. Still, the vault tickets, okay, yeah, I mean, I can see where some people might say, oh, wow, 5 vault tickets. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I still need my damn sharpshooter legs. Even after those 3 fucking... Sorry.
It's okay.
Those 3 freaking...
It's okay. It's going to be okay. It's okay. They're here for you. They're here for you.
Even after all those extra vault tickets I got, still no sharpshooter legs.
I got 10. I'm crossing my fingers.
Which almost made me, seriously. All right, here's the thing. This is what DCUO needs to do for me. All right, if they're going to do something for me, you change the style and rename it Super Patriot, and give me the legs, and you won't hear me bitch anymore about other people like Nimbus or Odyssey getting feats and auras.
Darkseid, why they won't put the auras as individual products? Because I mean, these things are like a little bonus thing. I really wouldn't. Honestly, we could probably come down to the point of you put them onto the marketplace, then people are going to be angry about the price. Because,
Yep.
because one, it'll be the
What would
price.
how much would you be willing? There's a better question. How much would you be willing to pay for an aura like this?
For me, I would expect 200.
Well, I'm asking this guy.
Oh. I mean,
I'm
and,
asking him.
yeah. And so you get into the cost value of how much it will be on the marketplace, and I feel the devs didn't really want to put that onto the marketplace. I feel that they wanted it just to be like an extra bonus incentive to technically boost the sales of the replay badges, of technically items that you probably wouldn't normally buy themselves. Would not buy themselves. And I know for me, I keep looking at my bags, I keep looking at some of my feats, I'm like, man, I got a lot of collections I really want to do. But I don't really want to buy the things by themselves. And then it's going to go, this comes along, and I'm like, oh, well, shoot, why not? You get a better deal. And the Loch Ness Monster is not going to be a seller on the marketplace, guys. See, I mean, the Loch Ness Monster is not coming by to ask for $350.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, all right, everybody's seeing these booster bundles as a cash grab. One, all right, the game's free to play. I don't know how you guys expect them to make freaking money without, doing stuff like this. All right, I mean, it makes no sense. People, complaining about DC trying to make money. Because, if they're not making the money, guess what? They're not making new content. Bottom line. Two, all right, the auras, you're not even really paying for the auras. You're paying for all the stuff that's in that bundle. The aura is just an extra. Because, I mean, the only way they could justify them saying that you are paying for that aura too is if you were guaranteed a blue plasma, a red plasma, and a Nimbus. Or a Nimbus aura. You're guaranteed one of those three auras in every box. Then you'd be paying for that aura. Alright, but because you can get any kind of aura, you're not paying for that aura. They're not charging you at all for that aura. It's just in your heads you guys think you're paying for that aura.
Yeah.
Because you're buying those bundle boxes for the wrong freaking reasons. You should be buying them for the replay badges. I mean, 500 freaking replay badges per box. The vault tickets, the R&D scanners, the radar enhancers. All that stuff. I mean, that's what you're buying that bundle for. You're not buying if you think you're buying it for the aura, you're I wish I had your money.
Yeah. So I mean, and honestly, I go into the marketplace, I buy my styles, I buy some stuff here and there, only for my video stuff. The booster stuff, once again, thank you, Cypher. I mean, I still had the plan to buy a booster bundle before it left, because thankfully I got some taxes back. And, I mean, and honestly, the aura was on the was the icing on the cake. Everything else was stuff I actually could use, but I just never buy it by themselves because I just didn't really want to ever spend the money. I mean, I might be a hoarder according to my inventory, but I'm such a picky buyer. I'm a horrible buyer. I'm a horrible consumer. Horrible consumer. But, okay, moving on from that, we're going to take a look at DLC 10 has been released. And Grid, you are probably right if I would have done that like yesterday when it actually released. We could have done a booster bundle yesterday, but that was our bad. So, DLC 10, Amazon Fury, Part 1.
The announcement.
Yes, from Jens. And I love the first 4 words, and that's all that everybody cares about.
Tier 6 is here.
That's all. Everything else, he could have been talking about the unicorns in this paragraph. He could have been talking about Osama or Obama, whatever. He could have been talking about cake.
The legends. That's what's going to be the marketplace legends.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to be a unicorn.
Stop it. But all everybody cared about was, in fact, Tier 6 is here.
Yep.
And yay. Now, of course, he goes along in talking about the story behind everything. How,
right,
because Brainiac invaded Themyscira, which is actually, I think I told you, it's actually, if you look at it and pronounce it, it's the mascara. People are horrible. That was named by a man. Anyways, so the Brainiac invaded Themyscira. Hippolyta blames.
Like a typical woman.
My God!
She blames the world of man for a robot from an alien planet attacking her island. It's our fault, guys. My bad, Hippolyta.
Don't look at me. I didn't do a damn thing to stop that guy.
Yeah, never mind the fact we came there and kicked him out. Yeah, my bad on that too. Never mind, we stopped him. My bad.
So now she's created this army to invade the world of man, and she set her sights apparently to attack Gotham City. And the Wonder Woman's actually stopping this. They're going to she's going to fight against her mother. And so
the Amazons.
Yes, Amazon Fury.
It's an Amazon mud wrestling match. That's the new map for PvP.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it. So there's your story. So let's talk about the features. One, we already knew about Weapon Mastery. Weapon Mastery is still being worked on right now. Devs are working really hard on it, and we've seen a little bit of the stuff leading up to it, like with the new weapon changes that were in Game Update 35 that we'll talk a little bit about in a little bit. Now let's talk about new content. Of course, you got Gotham Warzone. Just like Metropolis Warzone, it's a section of Gotham, or actually a large section of Gotham, that we're only going to get a small bit of it is going to be unlocked for Part 1.
And can I say, this is a daytime Gotham.
Where did I miss that? Did I miss it?
From the looks of the images, looks like it's a daytime Gotham.
I'm not even seeing it where it looks like Gotham. Everything looks like it's on Themyscira Island.
Oh, possibly. I don't know.
Let's cross our fingers for a daytime Gotham. Let's cross our fingers. Make it misty or something.
Less gloomy.
Like tinted. So they're using the same technology that they used for Metropolis Warzone back in War of the Light. They're taking the section of Gotham, copy, paste it into its own little instance. So we're going to see all of that in its own glory. Now, instead of calling them the two iconic anomalies, because of course anomalies was for Origin Crisis, here we have iconic visions, because it's magic, huh? It's magic. That's how they're gonna work it. Huh? It's cool. So you're gonna step into these challenges, these one-player challenges, and you're gonna be playing as Wonder Woman and Circe. Now, this is what I really like about it. Is you, as play as a Wonder Woman, as the Amazon Princess, rallies rebel forces to oppose her mother, but then with Circe, she tries to prove herself a loyal ally to Hippolyta and lend her godly power to the invading Amazon Armada. I kind of feel like I want to play Circe more, because that puts a little bit of a better story with Circe character than Wonder Woman. Mom, I'm rebelling. It's teenagers' year all over again. I'm going to ride that chariot all the way to hell and party hard. I guess that's what Greeks would do, right? That sounds normal, right?
I think you need to stop now.
Sorry. I have a boring job.
We're getting the two iconic visions. All right.
I have a boring job and no one to talk to, and all this pent up energy, and it just gets released all over the SourceCast.
Pent up flamboyant Bane in him.
You shut up. Leave me alone. And then next we have two duos. These dockside duos. Amazons have constructed an armada of invisible battleships. Oh my god. What is with these women? Why? Invisible everything. But not clues. They're going to invade Gotham City and destroy Brainiac. These ships are being loaded with troops and supplies in the docks, at the docks of Paradise Island. As a rebel supporter, you'll need to help Wonder Woman obtain the supplies and ships, while at the same time prevent the launch of enemy vessels. As loyalists working with Circe and Hippolyta, you'll find yourself defending the war supplies from the rebels and trying to prevent their ships from pursuing your armada to the mortal world. Wow. Neato.
I'm getting the feeling though, judging on the storylines based behind like these this DLC and these duos especially, that this kind of all of this kind of takes place in between Gates and Prime Battleground.
Well,
that's the feeling I'm getting from this.
That's okay. That's pretty plausible.
Because I don't really see because Battle for Earth, which how long ago was that?
Boom.
That was a while ago. That was like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't see all of a sudden 2 years later, Hippolyta saying, now let's get rid of Brainiac. Because, like you said, the duo's right there. They're launching an assault on Gotham City to destroy Brainiac. But in Prime Battleground, we kicked him out. We defeated him. He's gone. He's defeated. He's not gone for good, obviously, because nobody dies forever in comics. Unless you're Uncle Ben and Batman's parents. But I have a feeling this is taking place between Gates of Tartarus and Prime Battleground.
Understandable. Honestly, with how these 3-part DLCs are going with the Amazon, depending on how Amazon Fury Part 2 goes, I would definitely go with this. Because maybe Amazon Part 2 might be considered after Prime Battleground, which is good catch. Good catch. And then we also have a Paradise Island alert form of you fight your way to Palace Gates, determine the course of history, blah blah blah. Hey, we have a new alert. 2 duos, 2 challenges. Pretty good with me.
It seems lacking to me, dude. This is less content than we. This is less content than we got with Sons of Trigon.
Well, at the same time, again, I want to make sure I put this out there. This is before the changes to how they're constructing their stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not denying that. I'm not even saying this. Anything I say here is not really to bag on the devs at all about this. But on this DLC is very lackluster when it comes to content.
Well, that right there, that's just the duos, the alert, and the challenges. We're also going to have I'm sure we're probably going to have some quests in the actual area as well.
I'm sure there'll be some open world stuff too. But okay, let's roll it back and let's compare the 2 DLCs then. Sons of Trigon.
You're going with Sons of Trigon, and I'm comparing this to War of the Light because it's a Part 1 thing. Sons of Trigon can be compared to Origin Crisis to me because those are more suitable to each other. Hell, Sons of Trigon and Home Turf.
If you want to compare it to War of the Light, then let's compare it to War of the Light. War of the Light, we had 2 open world missions that were weekly, and a bounty that's weekly. All right,
which is all sorts of weird.
Yeah, that was weird too. 2 operations, 4-man operations, and an 8-man alert.
Raid.
I'm sorry, 8-man raid. Operation, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
and instead of getting what is that? 2, 3. It's we'll look at instances wise. We got 2 4-man and then 1 8-man. Okay.
Okay.
This one we got 2 1-player, 2 challenges, 2 duos, and then 1 alert. Honestly, when the sucker hits test, if we put the timing of doing like all 3 from War of the Light, put the time all together, and then put the time together to do the 5 for DLC 10, it wouldn't surprise me if they were at least similar, or even if DLC 10 was a little shorter, but not honestly, by a large margin.
I think War of the Light, since this is an alert and it's not an operation, they say, all right, that tells me that it's inside of its own instance. All right, with War of the Light, both 4-mans and the 8-man, those were operations. They weren't raids or alerts. Those are operations. All right. And the 2 4-man operations take longer than the freaking raid does.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not saying put together either.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I am not even going to say that this DLC is lacking content because I haven't gotten to play it. I can't. On paper, it might look like it's lackluster. I think everybody on every DLC can probably say it was lackluster until they actually got in there to play it. Now, is this going to hold you over till DLC 11? Yeah, it's going to have to.
Yeah, it's going to have to. But here's a way for everybody. All right, and I'm going to put this out there, and I'm putting this to my league and everything here over the weekend and stuff like that, talking to everybody. I'm going to put this out there to you guys. You guys want to have a reason to be able to log back into the game and keep playing it. I mean, we all do. I mean, and more content is the answer for me, at least. Because I mean, I've done pretty much everything else on my main that I can do. So I mean, and this isn't to bag on the devs or anything like that. I'm not trying to start any kind of movement or anything like that. I'm just trying to make a suggestion to keep people active on the game. Is don't use your replay badges on this stuff. There's no need to. Alright? Because everything is reset daily.
Yep.
Everything's reset daily. And as to your argument of talking about comparing this to War of the Light, alright, instead of Sons of Trigon, like you said, alright, their new DLC structure thing isn't kicking in until DLC 11. So this DLC, so DLC 10 doesn't fall under that. So, yeah, I'm sorry. This DLC has less content than Sons of Trigon does.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can.
You haven't played it. You're literally looking on paper. That's all you can do right now. Sons of Trigon had that was a literally open world DLC only. It had a 4-man alert, and it had 4-man alert and three duos. That was it.
And 3 open world challenges that you had to go out that gave you different missions every time. They had up to like 5 or 6 different types of missions.
You can't compare that to this DLC. You can't.
How can I not? They're both similarly sized content.
No, they are not. Of course, Sons of Trigon has more content. Sons of Trigon can be compared to Home Turf because that was the same thing. They had the same methodology behind it. With this, you can really only compare it with DLC 9 because it even with the operations, you had 3 operations and those 3 weeklies, which again, 2 of those weeklies was just weird to make it a weekly. But, I mean, you can compare it with this because we have an alert, we have 2 iconics, we have 2 duos, and we don't even know what the actual open world's going to have. So you can't really compare this if you're comparing this to Sons of Trigon. In that case, I mean, for God's sakes, DLC 1 was lacking content to Sons of Trigon. Sons of Trigon and Home Turf are their own separate beasts. Because of how the structure of everything was. Those 2 are just on their own.
What did we get with Fight for the Light? DLC 1. We got a duo.
We had a duo, and I think, what was it? 3
a new
alerts?
Power.
Yeah, a new power and 3 alerts.
And 3 alerts.
And of course, in Sons of Trigon, we got a new power. We got that large open world. I mean, and let's just say, with DLC 10, if it's going to be short for you, it's going to be short for you. I got nothing for you. For a person who doesn't use replay badges, I got nothing because I got all the time in the world. I'm now just doing feats for Sons of Trigon, trying to get those done. You can't compare. You're literally comparing tomatoes and oranges with DLC 10. With this new DLC lacking content with a huge open world, small group content that was DLC with Sons of Trigon.
I don't see it that way. I'm sorry. I don't see it that way. Because even with Sons of Trigon, we got an open world instance, like we're getting with Amazon Fury 1.
Right.
Okay. And then you've got, you've got, I mean, comparing the content, there was more in Sons of Trigon than there is in Amazon Fury.
Yeah. For God's sakes, DLC Sons of Trigon was nothing but Gotham Wasteland. That was it. With how they're doing their part ones, now if Amazon Fury was its own beast instead of the parts, if they took away the parts and they opened up all of the Gotham that they're going to unlock from the other two parts, if they unlocked it all, added in those challenges and everything, then yes, that's where you can get it. That's where I can see it. But I compare DLC 10 with DLC 9 because it's you're in one small area, you'll have a couple of quests, and then you'll have your instances. That's it. Comparing it to Sons of Trigon, yeah, Sons of Trigon is gonna be the winner because Sons of Trigon definitely has more, but it's its own different beast compared to DLC 10. They're two different things. Now, what really cool is comparing
I know they're two different DLCs, but and I know that Amazon Fury is starting off a new story arc and everything like that. But
I mean, at the same time, DLC 9,
Sons of Trigon was wrapping up a storyline, introduced three sets of tier 5 gear with it. One of which was a step higher than the tier 5 gear we had previously. So it's technically like tier 5.1. All right. Had a bounty in it. And I'm sure Amazon Fury is going to have bounties as well. Had a bounty in it. 3 open world missions to do. All right. 3 duos and an alert. This one, Amazon Fury, we'll probably have some open world missions to do. We have 2 iconic visions to do. All right. More likely, we will have bounties. And we're getting 2 duos and an alert. The content is there's less content.
Then if you're saying that DLC 10 is lacking content, then so is DLC 9. DLC 9 it was lacking content as well because it's the same. To me, it's the same thing. These 2 DLCs are starting off new stories, and if that's the case, they're starting off slow. Even if it had even if it had a raid in DLC 9, it was still lacking content to Sons of Trigon. But anyways, moving on. The real cool thing with this as well is the tier 6 gear. The tier 6 gear will be unattuned.
Yes, the gear that drops will be unattuned. So we have that to look forward to. It's going to be a lot easier to... so if you get your gear and everything like that, similar to like the Norseman gear, most likely, that we got with in Hand of Fate and all that, you guys will be able to tune it to whichever role you want. So you don't have to worry about getting any healer drops if you're a controller or anything like that. But also, the big thing with me coming with this DLC is the weapon mastery, which I'm hungry to see more of in the coming weeks here. I'm hungry to see more demonstrations from the devs on how this weapon mastery stuff's going to work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with... I hope... I'm trying... And when they announced this Tier 6 unattuned thing, I was thinking in my mind... Because I was looking at the forums... And I was trying to envision the forums with DLC 10 hits. When they introduced Tier 6, the unattuned. I was trying to figure out... How are they going to bitch? How?
Oh, about the weapon master or the unattuned gear? They can't. Everybody's ecstatic about that from what I've seen.
Oh, wait. I figured it out. Oh, we went to the boss. Oh, I keep getting a chest piece. I can't get my hands.
Oh my God.
Why aren't my hands dropped? That's where they're going to go. They're not going to complain about the style. They're not going to complain about the roll. They're going to complain about the actual item. They're going to complain about the section of the gear. I've been playing this raid for 3 months now. I still haven't seen hands. Where are my hands at, devs? Where? I want this noted that I called it. And when I see the first forum post, I'm going to go to you like, ha! I called it in March, and you are a jerk. So shut your complaining.
Well, I mean, so long as I think so long as they put in the gear stuff to where the drops are, they are evenly. There's an equal chance of getting either piece.
Yes.
Not putting in, like say I don't know, a certain leg style that only is going to drop for you 1.6% of the time you run something. Sharpshooter legs.
Nice.
That you will have an equal chance of getting whatever style you're looking for, or whichever specific piece you're looking for.
Yeah. So now Spill did say that the gear drops will be purchasable. I think he probably meant the styles, just similar how with the Vestments of Rage. I think that's how they're going to go about it. But
yeah, most likely.
But this was, again, another notch on the dev board that they're listening. You guys want unattuned, you got unattuned. And they're going to give you the style on the vendor. Because all I really wanted for my Vestments of Rage was the back, so I could have my Red Lantern logo. Everything else is like, Vestments of Rage? I don't know what that is. I don't care. Get away from me. I don't care about it. Just get away from me. I'm good. And then they're introducing Amazon styles as well. These will be terrific styles. Apparently, going with the Greek inspired. Can't wait to see them because I love my Greek. Love it. Shockwave here. Do you guys think the unattuned gear will allow people to get their gear a little too quick? Well,
no. I don't think so. Because honestly, running A and B, even the few times I did actually reset it, I completed out like the full 90 set of Vestments gear for DPS in a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't think it's gonna make it so people get their gear too fast. What I do believe it's gonna do though is make it so that people can get gear for both DPS and their main role evenly.
Yeah, that was a question I was having in my mind as well, because it's one thing that the devs really want is the replayability. And with the unattuned, I mean, do you run it 8 times? But at the same time, this is still all in question because we don't know how the drops are going to go. I have a thing in my mind that I think we on the council talked about that he brought up that I don't want to bring about because it was on the forums, because I can't remember if it was talked about in general forums or not. So I'm not going to really bring it up on how they're going to distribute the loot, but it's weird. This is something that I'm going to have to see firsthand on how it goes. I'm just not sure, because this is an idea that could really work well. I've seen it in other MMOs, but at the same time, it wasn't like an individual loot thing. It was like a need or greed. But I don't know. We're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to wait and see on that. So cannot wait. Unattuned gear, yay! Unattuned, woo! Congratulations, guys.
And of course, the weapon mastery. I gotta see this weapon mastery. I need to see more of it.
Once we
see more of it.
Once we have it hands on, I think it will be a lot easier. But at the same time, for all those who have 183 skill points, you have more stuff to spec into now instead of some random innate stat. Am I right? Am I right? All 2 of you that I know. You're supposed to be laughing because now I feel like a jerk. I feel awkward now. Thank you, Smurf, for laughing. Hopefully he's laughing with me. Yeah, so congratulations to Brittany. I'm sure Sinelix has already gotten his he's completed his feats as well. Couldn't be more jealous. So, earlier this week, we had Game Update 35 hit the servers. Yep. And I've already played in DLC in Game Update 35. And the weapon styles were... the weapon changes were different. But I've once again fell in love with hand blasters. Just because of it. It's... For me...
I love the way hand blasters are working now.
Oh my gosh, so good. So good.
I do have to say, though, I do miss the tap block break for dual wield. I do miss just the tap block break.
Yeah.
Block break. I do miss that. But the hold is so quick. It's so fast. Now that there isn't a charge. And the one-handed one's not that bad either, from what I've seen.
My only problem with the one hand, and it's small, it is small, it's not about the attack damage. I can't now hold my hand up like I'm a god.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint. And I'm sure if I went to the forums with this, they'll all just shun me for it. It's like, that's all? You're a noob. Get out of my face, Mike. Are you kidding me? In my style videos, just holding my hand up like that, just showing off the style for the thing, it's great. But at the same time, I love the animation for it. Just holding up, just shaking my hands like, I'm going to hit you. Ooh, like a spirit bomb. Oh, it's coming. I just got to charge it up. Just give me like 5 more minutes. 5 tops. 10 tops. Please. All right. But have you played any of the other weapons to see these changes as well?
Yeah, like I said, I tested out dual wield and everything. The only weapons that were really affected by the charge were dual wield, hand blasters, and one-handed, if I recall correctly. Those were the only ones that were affected by the whole charge. Because I thought for a bit when it first dropped that bow was affected too, because it's got that long draw.
Yeah.
That you can hold, but that automatically releases on its own.
Yeah.
So it's not technically a hold one, which is fine. But yeah, for I've tested around, played around with the weapons a little bit here and there, and I kind of like it. Like I said, I missed the tap block for dual wield, but now that it's the hold is so fast, it hardly really even plays that much of a factor in it. Once you get used to holding the block break again, which honestly was what a lot of people were doing anyways, and why they made this change. So,
staff got the change as well. Staff did get the change.
Oh, with the
that spinning crap.
Which
is a neat trick if I might want my guy to be like a cheerleader. It's like yeah. Then just shoot it. Now, have you bought anything from the style vendor? Because I know you're just like raking. You just have so many marks of reality. It's just crazy.
Honestly, no, I don't really have that many because I'm not playing through the content as much as I was before. So because I've got all the feats done. I'm still working on like my 50 bounties feat or whatever. But the style vendor, the only style I have that's showing for me to purchase on that style vendor right now is the Hive Defender, which I'm on the fence on actually shelling out reality for it, simply because one, it's expensive. 70 marks is a lot, in my opinion. But they've bumped that style feat up to 50 now.
Yes, they did.
10.
Yes, they did.
So it's looking more appealing. However, that being said, when I was looking at the styles the other day, I accidentally bought the freaking chest style for Hive Defender. Totally did not mean to buy it.
Okay. So
I bought it, and then last night, a few of us were like, hey, let's run the Hive alert real quick.
No.
And see if we get any Hive stuff on there. And sure as shit,
no,
the Hive chest dropped for me.
Ooh.
So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be buying any of those styles. So because I only had this. This is my main reason why. I only had before I bought that chest. I only had 2 pieces of that style to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make more sense for me to try and farm that alert a little bit more, and try and hopefully get one of those styles to drop for me, than it would for me to run freaking all the tier 5 content repeatedly over and over and over again until I get 70 marks and then go buy one piece and then go back and do that same thing all over again.
Yeah, it's I kind of got that same mojo you did. I can't remember what piece I did, but like I said, I was doing my Sons of Trigon stuff because I wanted to try and get those feats completed. So I'm doing the Ravens. I was doing the Raven stuff, and I think I picked up an item. I knew exactly. I did it. I got my headpiece for the corrupted or whatever from Raven, and then I ran an instance or ran something from DLC 9. I can't remember, but I got an upgrade of that. So I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? I could have chosen another item if this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You suck." It was never. It's the what's that Hunger Games crap? It's like I don't know either. I was in the movie, but I didn't have to pay attention to that part. I don't know. You saw the movie. You saw me. Everyone's seen me in that movie. My mom got confused. She thought it really was me. That was a sad day. I was glad it was special.
That's kind of bad when your own mother doesn't recognize you.
I know! But I mean, the guy looked almost, seriously, dead on to me. I'm still getting texts and phone calls from friends who I don't even talk to anymore. I still have my number. It's like, "Mike, I just saw you on TV." I'm like, "No, you saw me on Hunger Games." And I'm like, "Yeah!" I'm like, "That's not me." It's like, "Are you sure? They look exactly like you, man." And he did the whole, weird thing with your glasses. I'm like, everybody with glasses does that. It's called moving them to adjust. It's messed up. That's glassing profile. That's exactly what that is. So, I'm trying to think of anything else cool that came out in Game Update 35. Load screens. What do you think of the load screens?
It's nice to see some new faces. The tips are kind of fun. We're having a little fun with the tips. I have a friend who is super speed, and they went to they went to super speed mainly for PvP.
Right.
And so I was like, all right. So, well, they are horrible. They're outside of PvP. They're not that great with getting around with super speed.
Okay.
So the races are very difficult. Was very difficult for them. So I worked out a deal and all that. We shared account information and all that. I got on their tune to do the race feats for them, and they got on mine to do a little bit of farming for exobits. So whenever the tooltip pops up about races, I paraphrase it a little bit. It says, races are a good way to learn your movement mode and all that. Get more practice by doing the races, and then I'll add on to it, or have your friend do them for you.
Michael Grid, I saw the movie just to see myself in the movie. I didn't really understand what was going on. So, that was Game Update 35. It's, of course, people don't like the changes to this. Oh, another thing that I can't believe I actually forgot about this. The Work in Progress forum section. Doesn't everybody just love this thing? Of course, we still have a developer discussion section, but in the Work in Progress, it gives us a little bit more of a look into what they're working on, the process that they're working on, to try and be a little transparent with us.
Yes.
And in this section, they have released, our good buddy Spord, they are working on revamping Electric, Earth, and Hardlight. And they are looking for suggestion. They're looking for suggestion, folks, for the love of God. Suggestions. not your personal opinions on everything. That Hardlight thread just took a nosedive.
Oh, did it?
Oh,
I
it
haven't
took a
read any of
heavy
them yet.
nosedive. It keeps trying to build itself back up, and it just keeps getting knocked down because people just keep going on like, yeah, we can fix the hard light, maybe on the DPS side by, just fixing. Actually, no, the DPS people have said it was fine. The trolling needs to be fixed. People just want to work on the trolling. It's like, yeah, can we get like a ranged trolling power? That would be great. Next reply, no, the weapon mastery just needs to be canceled because you're gonna screw hard light. That's what's going on. But I just want to talk about trolling. No, we're gonna talk about weapon mastery in this thread now. That's what's going on. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, that's how it went down. Internet troll verbatim. But they're right though. Hardlight DPS. I've played around with it. I think I'm actually spec DPS right now, and I mean I have my fun with it. But I like to be an actual support role, so I like controlling. But when it comes to hardlight controlling, it gets a little bit hectic, and so I think really the only change, adding a ranged power over time, you're done. I feel that's all that really needs to be done, or even maybe, of course, people are like fixing the shield, fix that actual like brick wall shield, make it a little bit more viable. But I feel I should just tell. I just want to message sports like, look, this is what you do. First day of test server, just bring in the hard light changes and just make a POT range. That's it. Just put that boxing glove thing. Switch it up. Put impact. Put RAM. Make RAM the POT, and make another little something weird to replace it, and you're done. Just walk away.
Michael Grid wants a unicorn construct.
No.
Or like
No. But that's all. I just want him to do that. That's all I want him to do. Just put a ranged POT and walk away. See if anyone even notices or even cares about anything else with hard light. Because I'm sure they don't.
The thing with Hardlight is, I mean, it's so cookie cutter. I mean, it's like legitimately
It
straight
is!
up cookie cutter right now. You don't hardly see anybody really run with some of these other powers and all that. They're all basically the same loadouts for almost every single person you run into, whether it's in arenas or in especially PvE, especially on the DPS side. So it's like, I don't know. I don't get it. I do not get it. Why people just don't want to, actually have a healthy discussion on fixing that power.
It's okay. It's okay. Just there with the hard, like I said, with the hard light, people are trying. When you go into maybe the first 3 pages, you are seeing like the greatest of the greats giving great feedback. They are, especially Owl. Owl went in there. Owl's been in all 3 of those threads and have given great feedback to get them pretty much in line. And Owl, if you're listening, I am internet saluting you, sir. You can't see it, but I'm actually doing it now. You can trust me. Cross Trex Heart, I am saluting you over the internet, sir. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Thank you for your feedback. You look at his posts, and they're just flipping incredible on how the feedback that he's given. And he's done that with every single power revamp that has come out. And what's also scaring me is people are now crying for a fire revamp. What?
Fire needs some love.
It does need love, but holy crap. I'm looking at the hard light and electric and earth. I'm like, fire. People are asking, it's like, when's fire getting the revamp? Fire DPS is still there. I mean, it could use a little bit more tweaking and all that for it to keep up more with a lot of the precision based powers out there. Which honestly, I think weapon mastery is going to be the equalizer for everybody. Yes,
but in regards to tanking, I mean,
the tank does need some love.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that I would rather stay raged and go backfire right now.
I know. I completely agree. But I feel that once we get weapon mastery out of the way, we get these 3 revamps out of the way. K-Doc, you're right. We do need a water revamp. It is long time coming for a water revamp. That power needs some love too.
And let's not forget the wind revamp.
Yes, agreed. So, we
need a wind power before we get water power, and they need to release the wind power in September.
I know, you got this whole Earth, Fire, Wind thing. I'm
telling you, Earth, Wind, and Fire, baby, in September.
That's right, show your age.
That 21st night in September. That's when they need to release it.
You just keep showing your age. You keep doing that, Bubba. So, but I digress. But the Earth, of course, I haven't really focused much on the Earth thread because I looked at Hard Light. I went through 9 pages at the time, or maybe it was 6 pages. 6 pages at the time because it was much more than the other two. Because again, people are just crying, Weapon Master, Weapon Master, Weapon Master. Oh, game update 35. You're killing Hard Light. You're killing it. You're killing it. You're killing it. Electricity. I of course found Michael Grid there. He was in that section for electricity. And as soon as I saw electricity, it was the first thing that popped in my mind. Oh, Michael Grid's gonna have a field day, and he was in love. He was in love to see the stuff that are coming, to see the talks going about, and gave some feedback as well.
Well, I mean, I won't put myself out there as an expert on any of those powers. I would like to say that I know more about electricity than I know about the other two.
Agreed.
And in my opinion, electricity, the dots hit are good. They just don't last as long. The dots need to last longer. I'm talking about DPS.
Oh.
The dots need to last longer, like similar to what freaking Nature's does right now. Because Nature, oh my god, is ridiculous.
Nature got
with loved. How long their dots last, and they need and the DPS needs a 35%. It needs 35%.
Yes, with the introduction of like Celestial, of Rage and the Quantum, with these 3 powers, we've seen how the mechanics can change, and I think especially with these 3, with the healer, the tank, and the controller, with these 3, these are the first powers we also got in DLC form.
Mm-hmm.
These are the original 3 cousins that came out. So the time that I took out with those 3, and now that what we have with these 3 new ones, these 3 old powers can benefit so much. And Earth tanking just needs to... I have to go back to my Earth tank, because I'm not really sure what made me irk about it. But I know I never used my pet. I was more or less a damage absorber than having to deal with my pet. But of course, Orbit can of course talk more about this than me, because he's a great Earth tank, from what I hear. And of course see a couple of videos.
Yeah, in regards to like electricity's healing side, they need to increase the ranges. The range is ridiculous.
It is I think the way how I see my raids, because we have an electric healer as well, and our electric healer is of course, he is a melee healer. With our melee characters, he is there in the thick of it, with right there beside the boss, fighting alongside a tank. He's healing them up. We have a nature healer in the back, just chilling with the range guys, and done. If we switch out, if we don't have a nature, we have a sorcery. Sorcery's doing the same thing. Circle protection on the boss, and then just hanging out with the rest of us in the back. But with electricity, I think adding a couple of ranged heals to make them a little bit more better would be a benefit for a player wanting to fit that character. Because just with Hard Light, a Hard Light is a melee controller. I get that. A lot of people like to be in the melee. I am not that guy. I like to be in the back with my other guys, smoking a cigarette, just like, hey, you see these guys up here fighting the boss? He's like, okay, hold on, be right back. Shield, POT. All right, now back to this. Have you seen what Gene was wearing? That's what I want. I want to be in the back with those guys. I don't want to be the nerd in the front. I want to be in the guy in the back, just, like playing Angry Birds or something while I'm trying to heal or control whatever. No, just some little tweaks, just a little bit. Arc Lightning does. I don't even treat ranged heals with Arc Lightning. No. Now, if Arc Lightning came back and hit the healer, great. But
that's the thing. That's the thing with Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning heals anybody around it and all that, but it doesn't heal yourself. And I love Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning is fantastic for keeping a tank alive.
It is
absolutely fantastic. I love it. But it doesn't give you any heals. And as a healer, when I when I go in there healing, all right, my main focus is on keeping the freaking tank alive. That's my main focus whenever I'm healing. But I'm almost always constantly ignoring my own health. That's why I don't like Arc Lightning.
It's okay, Grid. Grid, I will bring you onto the show when we talk about electricity. I'll put that in. I want to say writing, but I don't have a pen, so I'm going to type. Wait, I don't feel like typing, so I'm going to put it in the memory bank. So you can remind me later to do that. So when we go into get a little bit closer to talking about electricity, I'll bring you onto the show and we can talk about how you want to fix it. And we'll also bring Orbit, because I know Orbit wants to come on the show as well. And you can talk about Earth Tank. Who would be a nice hard light person to grab onto the show? Who would the fans out there like to see talk about hard light? Because, I mean, of course, we can try and grab Omar from the hard light guide he did.
Let's see what Obsidian Chill's up to.
He's hard light? I thought he was ice.
He switches a lot, but he.
So does Brittany, but
he's hard light DPS more than and showing off. Or we could have Starry Sky on.
Starry is Starry. It is.
Yep.
There we go. All right. So, of course, at the end of the show, it's become very popular to apparently do Lantern Oaths in funny voices. Or at least last episode it was.
Well, can I just say real quick? Right,
yeah.
Everybody is going into the game. I found this earlier today, and I told you about it, and apparently you forgot.
I forget.
It's obvious that the spring event is around the corner, folks, because the new feats are already in the game.
Oh,
you guys go to your seasonal events, seasonal feats, and you check out the feats there. There's 2 new feats there, 10 points each. One is for a new style, which has 3 pieces. It is, what is it called? The
you typed it. I don't know.
I know I typed it, but I'm in game, so I'm going to look at it.
I got it.
It is the Pathfinder style. It's a leaf mail, so it's the head, chest, and legs. All right, and then the other feat is a home and garden. And you can guess it. These are lair items, and yes, folks, there are 14 specific lair items you need to get for this. So
I don't wanna
have fun.
I don't wanna.
Here's the thing. Here's my problem with it. This is my problem with it. Okay, I have one. All right, I've got to get this feat done on my main, of course. 2 though. It's going to be a bit of a pain for me because I have 2 nature tunes that I definitely want to get these lair items for.
Why you have 2 nature tunes? No, I don't even want to know.
I have a hero and a villain.
I don't even want to know.
Well, one of them's probably going to change whenever we get the blue lantern power. So,
wow. But continue.
So new lair item styles for those coming up and everything for you guys to get, and the names of them sound pretty cool. Obviously, they're all going to be nature themed and like that. So definitely, your nature tunes out there, you're going to want them.
There you go. Can't wait to see what they look like either. But 14, dear Lord in heaven, that's a lot. Just so many. So, now Aiden Warren, we're also going to do an Ask DCUO before we leave as well, because they didn't do it tonight, and I feel like we need to do one, because you never know. You just never know. So I'll go ahead and open that up. But Aiden Warren was nice enough to create an oath for me. that I am very flattered for, and so I will read it for you all. I don't have a picture on the screen because I didn't think about it, but here is the Trex Rage Oath. Trollers and haters, I laugh at all. For my rage they create is their biggest fall. All who rage and complains shall be put in their cage and be banned from my sight. Beware my rage, Trexlight's might.
I think you need to put some more. You need to put more tone into that reading.
I need to put more tone.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to have a tone to it. That was a very monotone reading.
Are you saying I have a monotone voice?
No, I said that was a monotone reading of that. That's what I said.
Well, I mean, I tried to put a little something into it. I mean, I even moved a little bit. Went back and forth, like cocked my head. Well, okay. Actually, it's really fun because I want to do. Does anyone watch The Situation Room? It's on. It's news. It's what's his name? Wolf Blitzer.
Okay.
He, Jason Sudeikis on Saturday Night Live does. They did it before he left. He did a skit as Wolf Blitzer, and it was a hilarious skit. And I've been trying to work on that Wolf Blitzer, and I want to do it with this, and I'm going to. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. So I'm going to try and do the Wolf Blitzer here. So. Whew. On the spot. All right. Trollers and haters, I laugh at you all. For my rage, their biggest fall. All who rage and complains shall be put in their bag, and be banned from my sight. Beware my rage, Trexlight's might. He literally talks like that. You. Of course, no one watches the Situation Room because you all are smart people. You don't watch the news. You don't watch the news. I get my news from The Daily Show and Colbert Report. Best news outlet ever. I can't do a Sean Connery. It's not very good because I feel I let down the whole country. Walter Cronkite. I haven't heard Walter Cronkite's voice in a long time, so I'm not really sure how that would go. Do you know Walter Cronkite's voice?
I'd have to listen to it a few times just to make sure.
See, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I know Cronkite has like that twist, just like Wolf does, but it's really weird. Actually, yeah, is Brittany still here? Because we can get her on the show and she can do something. She can do a funny voice.
Brittany's voice is already funny.
I did not say that.
I know I did.
Barry, you know you want a ninja her in, right?
Huh? I don't know if she's busy or not, dude.
Oh, that's trash.
I don't want you yelled at.
Really? You will ninja Meps and probably Spittle if you had the choice. But Brittany,
busy.
but Brittany, you know, just like no, that's not going to work. You got some weird priorities, brah. Weird priorities.
Fine.